So guys, check this out. If ever I have ever seen a blatant disrespect for the people of our country, here is one such example. And I know because it has to do with the tourism sector, it is just going to be brushed under the table and nobody is going to pay attention to it. Now listen to this. Suppliers of goods and services to GRAND BAHIA Principal Hotel and Resort in St. Anne are being forced to, among other things, extend their line of credit by an additional 30 days or be removed from the list of dealers supplying the Spanish-owned hotel. All the policy changes were documented in an email seen where suppliers were instructed to fill out an Excel file with their best prices for the period August 1st to December 31st, 2023. But we were warned that only dealers that agree to a fixed price agreement will be considered to continue to do business with them. Our payment cycle will change to 60 days credit for all suppliers, stated email signed by Neotash Pope, purchasing officer at the popular 5-star facility. Only suppliers accepting our credit conditions will be considered to do business with us. If your company is not willing to cooperate and adapt to our payment policy, please communicate it to us so we can end our business relationship from here. We need collaboration by quoting the best price possible. Only those suppliers whose quotes are competitive will be considered, Pope added. No other chances will be given to review the prices offered, so please ensure that you quote at your best price and a price that you can afford and maintain during the mentioned agreement period. But some suppliers were disappointed that they were not consulted, while others believe that a fixed pricing arrangement for 6 months will expose them to fluctuations in the foreign exchange rate that could affect price and credit terms. 60 days credit line is far too much in today's economy. To demand a 60-day credit line is far too much. When we have to purchase our items for cash or receive just 7 or 14 days credit, some things we have to buy every day, said one supplier, who asked that his name and that his company be withheld. For them to extend to 60 days, that will put too much pressure on cash flow, and being in a competitive environment, it requires that we give a competitive price, which means that my margins will be further reduced. When contacted, Frank Brown, the consultant advisor at the Runaway Bay base facility, said that hotel management maintains an open door policy and is satisfied that sufficient notice has been given for negotiation to take place. There are some suppliers who would have received an advisory, but the point is that the company is changing its policy arrangement and have spoken to management, Brown said. I can state that the company still has an open door policy for dialogue. Some of the other mandatory policy changes are that invoices not submitted digitally will not be paid, even if hard copies are provided on delivery. Another change involves a new wash station for fruits and vegetable suppliers to pre-wash their products before weigh-in. While the company's new sustainability policy will see the use of cardboard eliminated from the hotel's operation, it is an extra burden on the suppliers that after weighing the goods, they are asked to go and wash them on the behalf of the hotel, said one long-time supplier. Once the goods are received and weighed, it becomes a hotel responsibility. But this whole thing is ridiculous. But to make matters worse, there is a take it or leave it approach, and it's not a proper business approach. Sometimes I really feel so sad for 'Cause myself, of course, I'm Jamaican. And I wonder, like, who is there for us? Who is there looking out for us? Because check this. You have your farm and so on. Every day you need to buy this and that fertilizer, whatever, and so on and thing to deal with stuff, yeah? Remember, you already had the pre-done last. Some people are teeth out, some or whatever, so you're already constantly losing. You fight with what you have and try to get it out there. So now, when you give out, when you're carrying these items to this big hotel, instead of, it would be nice if you getting the money same time. They not even want to pay a month end, which is 30 days. No, they're telling you that, my youth, if you can't wait a year, probably at 60 days, we take for pay you when you bring in your goods. So wait, when you're carrying your goods now, you're going to have to go borrow. If you don't already have money back in behind you where you can just draw from and keep spending. It's a lot of pressure that. It's a lot of pressure on businesses. And remember, the thing is too, when you go to the hotel to book a night, book a weekend, book a week, book a month, you have to fork out your money and pay your cash. You don't get to stay at these hotels on credit. They are collecting in money every day. So I don't understand why it is that they can't pay these people at least, I would think say weekly, if it's even weekly, but okay then, say monthly then. No, you're going to take it and carry it 60 days. Oh, that is so unfair and so hurtful. So after you tile and do everything to take it in, you still have to wait 60 days to get the money. A lot of people, if they still stay on to deal with to be suppliers here, are going to be falling on really bad times. Because first thing, by the time they get the money not valid. Because they would have borrowed money to sustain them for the 60 days. So by the time they get that money to pay out, it come in like say, it's taking from Peter to pay Paul and go back and borrow from Peter again. You understand what I mean? Like, who is going to talk for these farmers? Why is it that this company can come and just dictate this? Yes, you hear what they said? Oh yeah, we always have an open door policy for dialogue. You see, anybody we're going there and go like them want to have a dialogue with them just cut you off from supplying. Simple. Because you're going to have people that probably bigger farmers that will have money and so on that can back them, that can stay the 60 days. The littler farmers now is the problem. Only unless the littler farmers are going to sell at a subsidized rate to the bigger farmer who can stand the 60-day thing. You understand? And with that, him still losing because through that bigger farmer will able to can give him my money quick and fast. The way time is going on now, every day things raise. Me not understand if everybody in the country blind. Every day things raise. If I go buy 10 items to the supermarket, I'm going to pay $10. When I go tomorrow and I see them $10 at $10 something, I'm going to go buy it next day at $10. It keep going up. Every day things raise. Every day. This is unconscionable. And because I can bet, because it's the tourist people we're talking about and dealing with, nobody is going to take into consideration the farmers and look out for them. You understand? They can just come in the country, build them big hotel, and it's coming like the same slave mentality, and then you turn around and wonder why the people in the country are so ignorant. And as soon as Mr. Man, if you at the drop of a hat, them ready to cut each other throat and jump them, because the stress, and when these bigger companies are just add more stress and more pressure and so on, you see, anytime the center cannot hold and bust in another country, me tell you, say, we all going to felt it. Remember Mutty Perkins did tell we're going to felt it. You understand? Anarchy is let loose. Everybody come like them gone crazy. And the bigger companies, them, is just putting on more pressure upon the pressure pipe for it to burst even more. This not look good at all. Somebody need to come out and help these people. This hotel should not be able to just come do something like this. And guess what happened? You see, with this hotel start doing this, guess what's going to happen next? All the other hotels, one by one, going to start follow suit So it's going to be like, say, you don't have no option. Everybody going to have to do the same thing. Everybody need money like them. Just like how them now, nobody come credit and stay overnight and so on. As same so the farmers them want money for turn back over fast. You know, no matter how small your money is, what make you think some people not really want to go down a 9 to 5 job? A man rather go out there and sell bag juice. And know him buy 10 bag and him sell it off today. And then when him done sell the 10 bag, you know him can buy 15 bag tomorrow. For him choice if him want to buy 12 bag, carry it up little, him can still turn over and pay a bill and take time go check the money already not enough already. And so on. People wouldn't mind get paid every hour, every day. You understand? People not even wouldn't mind enough to wear it weekly. That is why you have so much people don't want to go sit down in a 9 to 5 job. And then you hear some buffoonery about people going to bring in importing workers to come work where you're not even deal with the one them in the country the appropriate way. You know what? I don't know. It's just hurting to see the way that the country is going. Somebody in authority in this country, Jamaica, need to reach out to Bahia Principle and let them know say that can't work. Them can't force on those things on people. Them have to have some middle ground and do something. It can't work like that. Because we can't go credit a stay a night there at all. Anyway, we'll keep abreast of this as soon as more information comes about.